Alright Mustang guys, we're going to install a tachometer here on the Mustang pinball machine. This is operated by your spinner. So basically when you get this mod out of the box, you're going to notice that there's a long wire hooked to it, which I'm going to show you in just a second. And straight from the box you're going to get this here. Okay. Get that out of your eyes. Okay. Tachometer itself, you're going to get that. Has a bracket, everything already attached to it. Right here you have two connectors. This one has a Z connector. Go ahead and pull that off. Just like that. Okay, your long wire here is what actually gives the tachometer power. This plugs in inside your cabinet just below your shooter. I'm going to go ahead and plug that too and leave the Z connector connected to the long wire. We'll set those aside and we'll reinstall those in a minute. And what I found easiest to do for this video is to take off the nut, which goes right here. There's a screw that goes right back here. Take those two out. The screw on top of here, take that off. Just set that to the side. Take your little hex standoff off. And this whole assembly comes up. Just make sure you set those aside where you can reach them real fast. Alright, so the whole assembly comes up. You'll notice that your spotlight wire goes through this plastic here, which is what we're going to do with our tack wires. Basically, I set the tack face down on the playfield so it doesn't flop around because there is a sharp bracket on there. So basically, just feed it through here, all three connectors, and then we're going to feed them down below the playfield also through the same hole that the spinner wire goes, or that spotlight wire goes through. So hopefully you're catching all this. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Okay, you can see where I put it. It basically goes straight down. Now I've removed the light bulb that's usually here from the bottom side, which I'll show you in just a second, but we're going to button this top side up real fast. And once those wires are through, you can always pull the slack through, so it's not a huge deal. But all the wires go through the hole. We're going to reassemble our top side. And just a second. Alright. So let's go there. Now I do it with the machine on. You don't have to have the machine on. It's totally up to you. Reinstall your hex first. Okay, we'll put our nut back on this front piece here. Let me back this up just a little bit. So you get the overall view. Okay, so I put my hex back in, put my nut back on. There's a Phillips head screw that goes back here. Once that's in place, you're almost done. Okay, you put your spotlight back on the post, and this little hole right here is what holds your tack in place. Okay, so you get the Phillips head that was on top of here. It just goes through the bracket, through the spotlight. Screw it in. Alright, that's done. Okay. So we're going to take this slack up once we get below the playfield in just a second, and we're going to make that a lot more tidier. Alright, so let me back this up some more. And we're going to lift up the playfield. Remember, the balls have already been removed. And we're going to get down to where the switch is. Okay. Remember I told you we took that one spot, that one bulb out of this hole here. Let's catch back up here. Okay, get a little closer. Okay. This is where your wires came through. Here's your main power wire. Here's your switch tap wire. This is where you straighten it up a little bit. You just feed it through the hole. Don't break anything, just basically pull through. Okay, so now the top side is nice and tight. Bottom side, got to put that bulb back in place, which I'd already removed before I did the video just to make it faster. Alright, so this little bulb is back in place. And let's go ahead and screw that in. Little nut driver. Okay. So he's going back in. Alright, remember I said that there's a long wire that attaches in the playfield cabinet. I'll show you where that goes right quick. Alright, down here. This is where your tap is for your 12 volt and your 5 volt. This particular one runs off 12 volts, so I have a connector already on it. This is your long wire that comes with your red and black. Okay, we're going to run that up to the top. And we're going to kind of get back in the same area here. Just want to just do that connector. Okay, so your power cord's here. Remember I told you the black and red one, it's only a black and red one, that's your power source. We plug this in, and now whenever the machine's on, your tach will light up. Okay? Now your tachometer reads off of your switch for the spinner, so basically just look for the wire that comes through, which in this case, this is a Pro, I believe it's the same on the Premium, but it's a green and white wire marked in green. You just unplug this. And that other connector with the green wire on it, it plugs right in place. Right here. And remember that Z connector we took off to feed the wire through? This goes right here. Okay, so now your tachometer is functional. It's just going to read that switch. And I'll show you how to do a quick test on it. Alright, so now your tachometer is installed. All the wires have been buttoned up and pulled underneath the playfield right here. The tach is held by its bracket in place there. There's another post here that rests on this ramp. And the way you can test this without even playing a game is spin the spinner. And you'll notice that it'll react. Okay? It'll go back down to its resting point. And you can also test it with the start switch. Just make sure your corn door is open, that way you don't start a game. That's your full travel. And that's it. If you have any questions, just let us know. You can adjust this head if you need to. You can adjust the front lens if you need to. Any questions at all, just please let us know. Thank you.